But today we got our first look at the rail cars, which transit leaders are calling the future of transportation.
Something big is unfolding across Maryland's suburbs. The Washington, D.C.'s Purple Line light rail, years in the making, is quietly nearing a major milestone, with construction now over 3/4 complete. Crews are working behind the scenes, testing vehicles, and shaping what could become a critical link in the region's transit network. But with a history marked by delays and complications, one question remains. Will this ambitious project arrive on time or follow a different path? Let's dig into the story in today's episode. But before we dive in, a big thank you for watching and supporting the channel. We're on the journey to 4,000 subscribers. If you enjoy transit and infrastructure content, consider subscribing to stay informed. The Purple Line is a transformative 16.2-mile light rail project currently under construction in Maryland, designed to significantly enhance east-west transit connectivity across Washington, D.C. suburbs. Once complete, it will link key communities, including Bethesda, Silver Spring, Takoma-Langley Park, College Park, and New Carrollton, through 21 strategically located stations, with 11 in Prince George's County and 10 in Montgomery County. Station platforms will range from 140 to 200 feet, larger than bus stops but more compact than typical Metrorail stations, and feature shelters, seating, and ticket machines. All stations and vehicles will be fully ADA compliant, promoting inclusive access for all riders. Stations will also be pedestrian and bicycle friendly, reinforcing the system's role in a broader multimodal transit network. Unlike Metrorail, the Purple Line will operate as an independent system, running primarily on dedicated or exclusive lanes. Most of the alignment will be at grade, with select segments elevated or placed underground to improve reliability and minimize conflicts with existing infrastructure. In addition, the Purple Line's route takes advantage of existing rights-of-way, such as the former Georgetown branch of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, now the Capitol Crescent Trail, and the CSX Capitol Subdivision. Another standout of this project is offering seamless connections to major regional transit options, including WMATA's red, green, and orange lines, as well as MARC commuter rail, Amtrak, and various local bus services. In particularly, station placement has been optimized for connectivity. Bethesda and Silver Spring will connect to the red line, College Park will serve the University of Maryland and link with the green line. New Carrollton will connect to the orange line, Amtrak, and MARC. And Takoma-Langley Park, a densely populated and transit-dependent area, will gain crucial service. The Purple Line will be served by state-of-the-art light rail vehicles powered by overhead electric wires. Each train is designed with low floors for step-free boarding and features noise-reducing technology, such as specially engineered wheel profiles and sound-dampening skirts for quiet operation. Unveiled in July 2024, the vehicles are among the longest light rail cars in the country, measuring 142 feet, nearly half a football field. Each can accommodate up to 430 passengers, including seating for 80, storage for 8 bicycles, and space for up to 8 wheelchairs. Unlike Metrorail trains composed of multiple cars, Purple Line vehicles offer a continuous interior layout to allow for smooth passenger flow. In September, the newest light rail vehicle, LRV, for this project, designed in Spain and assembled in New York, was transported to the operations and maintenance facility. By December 2024, the first 7 LRVs had arrived in Maryland. A total of 28 vehicles are scheduled for delivery by the end of 2025. At the beginning of this month, it reached a major milestone with the start of dynamic testing. Officials announced that all 8 vehicles currently on site are now undergoing real-world performance evaluations on a 1-mile test track next to the operations and maintenance facility along Veterans Parkway in Glenridge. Dynamic testing involves running the trains back and forth on the track to assess critical systems such as braking, propulsion, communications, and electrical functions. The process is being overseen by a multidisciplinary team of engineers, operators, and safety personnel, ensuring the vehicles meet operational standards before moving on to longer segments of the route. Testing is being conducted during both daytime and nighttime hours to simulate a full range of conditions. However, until now, operations have remained limited to the test track, with no interaction with public roads, vehicles, or pedestrians. As of now, the Purple Line is over 75% complete and remains on schedule to open for service in winter 2027. Officials anticipate continued testing into 2026 as additional vehicles arrive. Maryland Transportation Secretary Paul J. Wiedefeld called the testing a monumental moment, highlighting it as a clear sign of progress and thanking the public for their ongoing patience. Actually, planning for the Purple Line began very early, in 1992, and the project has seen significant evolution over the decades. Originally proposed as a light rail system, it briefly shifted to a bus rapid transit model under Governor Robert Ehrlich's administration before reverting to light rail under Governor Martin O'Malley. It is currently managed by the Maryland Transit Administration, part of the Maryland Department of Transportation. One of the most prominent challenges has been the escalation of costs. Initially budgeted at $5.6 billion in 2016, the project's cost had risen to $9.3 billion by April 2022 for building, running, and maintaining for 30 years, and further to $9.5 billion by March 2024 for operation through 2057, a $4 billion overrun. Specific instances, such as the Bethesda station mezzanine, illustrate this, with costs increasing from $2.4 million to $52 million due to complex design and blasting operations. To make it worse, in June 2015, Governor Larry Hogan reduced the state's contribution from $700 million to $168 million, redirecting funds to highways, which led to increased county contributions and reduced train service frequency. The project has experienced multiple delays, with the opening date pushed from March 2022 to December 2027. The Maryland Transit Administration's July 2023 press release highlights several contributing factors: delays in utility relocation activities, the complexities of completing construction in a dense urban environment with significant pedestrian and vehicular traffic, ongoing national workforce and supply chain issues, and the project's unique history. Additionally, the replacement of the design-build contractor in 2022 that we discussed before led to a nearly 2-year construction halt, further delaying progress. Legal and community opposition has been a significant hurdle. The project faced resistance from upscale communities like Chevy Chase and the Columbia Country Club, with legal attempts to thwart the line continuing post-construction start. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit ruled in December 2017 that construction could continue despite objections, but earlier lawsuits, such as one filed in 2014 by the Friends of the Capitol Crescent Trail claiming non-compliance with federal environmental laws, were dismissed in April 2020. Community opposition also included lobbying efforts, with the Columbia Country Club securing a 12-foot route adjustment in 2013. And residents near the Dale Wayne stop expressing concerns about commercial development and doubting ridership predictions of 1,427 daily boardings. Construction has had a notable impact on local businesses, with revenue losses prompting mitigation measures. Montgomery County, in partnership with the Maryland Department of Commerce, has provided grants to businesses negatively affected, with applications open between August 15th and September 30th, 2023. However, beyond all those challenges, the Purple Line is expected to spur economic growth through community revitalization and job creation, with transit-oriented development activities ongoing along the corridor. It aims to relieve vehicle traffic in one of the most congested areas of the country, the National Capital Region, by encouraging public transit use and reducing reliance on cars. When looking at the design, it can be seen that the line is designed to serve a broad and diverse population, including daily commuters, university students, and residents in densely populated neighborhoods. It will provide improved access to major employment centers, educational institutions like the University of Maryland, and residential areas across both counties. In doing so, it supports key state goals around equity, sustainable development, and reduced greenhouse gas emissions. Thanks for tuning in today, everyone. Subscribe and we will see you next time.